Pardon.
And welcome to Bodega Nights. My name is Martin. We got Joao, Norm, and Miko, and today we have a special guest, Sara, coming straight from Singapore. How are you doing?
Hi, thank you. All right,
This is
guys.
pretty cool. We're becoming like more and more
podcast.
an international show. This is amazing.
I
Right?
know.
We can just
Manila
see
to
the
the world,
background
this
and
is
pretend.
Bodega Nights.
Yeah. I want to change my background, but I might get hit. We might get hit by WWE for copyright. I'll just stick with this library. Or the
Generic
estate of
library.
Going wrong now, brother.
What you gotta do when copyright infringement hits on you? Or DMCA? Oh, wait, we don't have
Oh,
any
God,
songs, so we're good.
Oh god.
when I
so
opened
scary.
up the
Yes.
when Martin joined the call, like whoa, that's what your office looks like. Nice.
No,
We really
saw my
depend
office
on that
last week.
wallpaper.
And then he started moving, and I was like, all right, a Zoom virtual background. Okay, I get it.
This is my office. I'd have a hard time fixing
Yeah,
all
you see,
this.
you see how like his finger is like going into
Disappear.
the wall. He's like,
Yeah.
Yep.
that and the
Can
lighting.
finger reality so well.
Yes.
Pretty
That and the
good so
light,
far.
you know, it's cool though.
So, yeah, going on to the theme of people that we were from school or people that we kind of look up to. Since
Yeah.
I got Joust people who looked up to, I got her now. So, like, here's a backstory.
Sarah,
I
we
think
were in the
Joao
same
and
batch,
Sara
right?
were like batchmates. Yeah.
All right, so Martin looks up to me. What's up?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
upper batch.
Because I'm old.
Wait, who's on the top right now and who's bottom? Because I don't know where I'm pointing at.
This is Martin, Sarah.
Okay. Norm,
Miko is under Grogu, and
Yep.
Norm is under the Great Wave off Kanagawa.
Drowning.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Sipping his
So, yeah.
tea.
Actually, the next
So-
time we have 5 people on the show, that's how I'll like refer to it. And in the position under
Oh,
Grogu,
Grogu.
and in the position drowning under the Great Wave.
Drowning. And I like Norm's shirt right now. I love the floral.
Oh, Hawaiian
Adorable.
Friday is long past, but yeah.
It does feel like summer. It's
Yeah.
getting hot. That's all I can say about it.
I will re-go outdoors.
Like how is the Singaporean summer? I understand that it's pretty hot and humid there as well. So far from
Yeah, I
And
think.
very close to the equator.
Yeah, actually, I
Is it
think
better?
that makes it worse. Makes it worse. Actually, I think in the Philippines it would be hot, but it would still be a little bit like if there's breeze, it's you can really feel the breeze. But here it's humid and hot, so it's mostly humid.
It's
And when you go
just baking.
outside, it's like there's no wind at all, unless you're in certain parts where it's just it allows for more air. But like if I step out into my balcony, and then it's hot. So good thing today it was rainy, but the past few days, the past month actually. So
I was able to visit Singapore in the before times. I understand there are some the before times.
4 times.
Oh my
Why?
I
God,
understand there are walkways.
Where are you
To visit
traveling in the
outdoors.
current times? Where are you traveling now?
the before times.
You're actually one of those people that's using it unironically. I'm going to try to start making this a thing in the era before mask.
Yeah,
We're in
Yeah,
before
Singapore.
masks.
I thought we called it BC before COVID.
Oh,
Could be. I mean, whichever catches on first. The virus
era
or
before
one of those
masks.
terms.
So when Norm was visiting Singapore,
There were
in
walkways
the era
with air
before
conditions.
masks.
Yeah.
I
So
had
I was like,
the
walking around isn't as
as
You went to
sweaty.
Well, it's not
as I
as
would
long. It's a very
expect.
you
small
went to
But
an
it
place.
really
air-conditioned
depends
hawker
where you're
centers,
going.
pretty much.
when did you go to Singapore? Like
Oh,
Feb
yeah, that was.
or
What do you mean, Feb? That was before times. It's like
yeah,
around
before
20
times.
I mean, Feb is back then, existed then.
It was like 4 or 5
Yeah.
years ago. Way
Okay.
back.
oh,
Like
okay.
last time I was there was
I was there.
2018.
I mean here. Yeah.
I was
I'm
back
just
there in that time
I'm
period.
thinking of an alternate universe before COVID. So
Singapore was like 3 years ago, and
Oh,
I still
same.
can't forget how when I meet with my friends there, their concept of how far things are. Like, oh, that thing's so far away. That's like 40 minutes away. Yes, so far. Like, no, that's not how that works.
actually 15 minutes is quite far already.
Yeah.
It's like, 15
Yeah.
minutes,
That's like of the dinners we had, like to meet up. Like, oh, how come, they live too far away. Oh, where'd they say? It's like almost like 30 minutes away. That's far. Oh, okay.
That's the opposite end of Singapore already.
I believe they're calculating the amount of time that they'll be sweating. And that's like, oh, that's far. That is too far.
Oh no! Oh, that's even the fun bit.
But then when it comes to like traveling for more than 45 minutes, you end up in a different country. Come on.
Exactly.
Actually,
You're going to the end of that. That's Malaysia.
You end up in Malaysia traveling like.
But I think you got to think about it as well in a sense of there is no traffic to spoken of. So you're talking about a 15-minute. It is pretty much like, continuous travel, which then a bit far. But again, when you put yourself in anyone else's, in any other part of the world, you laugh at. But I guess here it's, I can go to.
Honestly, if I get anywhere in 40 minutes or less, I am happy.
Yeah.
I mean, Manila, that's like what, around the corner?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
At one time, I just wanted.
That's really bad, dude.
Like Manila's the only place I lived in where I'd rather walk versus ever be in a vehicle ever. It's like the only way to actually get around. It's like when someone offered me no, I'm in a hurry.
Doing a lot of walking then?
A lot of walking.
MRT exists for a reason.
I do walk.
Use the city's infrastructure, damn it.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I'm such it's a little shameful, but I do take the car going to every part of the farm.
You have such great links.
I know. But I mean, it is great. It is great.
I mean, if you're in Little India, I can get it. It's kind of difficult to get around unless you use the bus, but come on. I still have the Filipino in me that doesn't want to sweat walking outside. And it gets humid. But I really must say that infrastructure is amazing. Literally, like any corner almost, you will have a bus stop. And it's really just super easy. And it doesn't make sense to buy a car. You know. I love how the infrastructure is even there before you expand. I remember there's a new train line that's not yet open because they haven't hit the minimum amount of people required before it becomes sustainable. That's why they're not even opening the train yet. I somewhere. Don't know if it's down towards the east side, but I remember it's like there was a train line in the map. Like, but not that open. Like, but they have all the infrastructure, but there's no one really living there yet, so they can't open it because it doesn't make sense yet. There's insufficient amount of people. Like, that's cool that you have the infrastructure there beforehand versus other places. Like, there's a knee jerk. Like, no. Yeah, and that's good city planning.
It's become like a normal reaction for me, or for me to expect from other people who go to other countries. Like they come back here and they're like, that other place.
Yeah. But then, there's this thing, right, where like talking to Koreans and whatnot, like when I talk to them about, some of them have the impression that the Korean government is a lot worse than the Philippine government in terms of corruption. To my ears, that's like totally laughable.
Yeah.
But then,
you've not been here long enough.
Like, you haven't been here long enough. And the kid's answer to me would be something along the lines of, you've never lived.
Fair, both ways.
Fair. I
just love how you're fighting. Here. I'm more corrupt. No, I'm more corrupt. You haven't seen our corruption yet?
Thailand has yet to speak up.
Yeah, because Thailand can't speak up, you see.
It's not even.
They tried.
That's true.
They tried.
I'm sorry. No, I take that back. I'd still like to visit Thailand at some point.
And my internet cut out.
Thailand.
What timing?
I'd still like to head back.
Like street food with all insects. Like, look, bugs. How much is that? No, I don't want to eat it. Wait, I have to eat it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how, like, in other places, people be bothered by insects as on street side food. Here, that is the street side food. Hey, look, insects.
Yeah. So, while Norm is trying to unfreeze himself, last time I was there in
I'll be honest, I didn't realize Norm was frozen.
I
thought he was messing with us. Because, our pre-show...
It's always a joke.
Our pre-show gag was like, once we start talking about other countries, our internet connections will just get, like, cut off. And
it was kind of funny.
Somebody was waiting for that.
I was just about to mention.
Someone's listening in. Did you know about the country? Did you know about the country? Yes. Okay, cut the country. No, the wrong country. Pull back.
We're pulling back on.
I remember when we were in high school, right? They took on one of our field trips. We went like a power substation.
Whoa. Okay.
And the dude was showing us like the map of all of Maine, sort of go through. Boom. And apparently, this particular power also supplied the other parts of Bohol. And so we were like, they're gonna get the power off.
Just a little bit.
Wow, you guys were mean as
We just want to
kids.
mess with them.
Just to remind them who's in charge.
Who's bigger?
Who's outside their
It's
wall.
like
Wow.
it's like a
Wow,
parent like
Joao.
reminding like a distracted child, I can turn off the power in your room with a breaker.
And then
You're grounded, turns off the breaker, like there you go, you get nothing in there.
Literally, your electricity is grounded now.
Nice.
But what was even funnier was the dude's response, right? Like he looks to us, giggles, and he says, like, as much as I'm bitter that the Cebu Gems lost, unfortunately, that's not worth my job.
Or is it?
Brazil looks at it. What do you mean you haven't gone to war because of sports?
Oh, yes. Weaklings.
South America does not understand. We've done things over soccer games. And it was an exhibition match.
That's a real cage match right there.
There's
I remember
so
in high school
pissed
where
right now, by the
internet
way.
call cards.
Over
I
which
remember there's a card for the payphone. Before we had to use coin. God, I
yeah,
read-
payphones there.
Yeah.
You remember
Yeah, in
payphones
the Philippines.
and how they're not
there.
useful anymore? Now you just gotta like either you have
I
load or
still
you
probably
just
have my
register to let
old
them
phone
type.
card somewhere.
Except
Me
if
too.
you're in Japan, bro. Freaking,
Okay, true,
We still
true,
use
yeah.
cards.
We still use them everywhere.
that's so weird. Like when we went to Japan, like the thing that I can like so distinctly remember was seeing all of the payphones that were there when I was living there as a kid.
Uh-huh.
Like
Was there a lot?
They're still there.
they're all still there. Nobody really
They're
uses
still
them,
there.
but they're all still there. They all still
Yep.
work, right? You can
Cool.
still get like those cards.
And you can get nice collector ones.
Yeah.
And it could be like
Although here's a weird Joao, you probably remember this. I remember the old Katay Dengwas where you can actually message people with email. It's not a text message.
Yeah.
You emailed each other.
Yeah.
I remember being when I was there, like I would email with a phone before smartphones were a thing. And at the same time, in the modern time, they still have payphones. I like how 20 plus years ago, we could send emails out with this like little like Nokia. And modern day, we still have payphone that uses coin.
The thing about Japan that I find
Japan's a very
so
weird way of
trippy-
technology.
The thing that's so trippy about Japan was how long ago was it when I was there? Like almost 15 years ago. Or like I lived there 15, 17 years ago or whatever. And Japan at that point was the future, right? Like 15, 20 years ago, Japan was living in the future. Then their
Now
entire
Jetsons.
economy stagnated for like 20
Yeah.
full years. They had like zero inflation. Like nothing happened, probably because of their insanely high debt. But
Yep.
for 20 years, absolutely nothing happened. And it is only now that the rest of the world is catching up to the past of Japan, which was like which is now our present.
Again, it's like that joke they have with that futuristic, like San Francisco, futuristic Russia, futuristic China, then future Japan, just Tokyo, nothing changed. Like that,
Although
already there.
the thing that really annoys me about
I like
Tokyo is their use. Like, there's still such a cash-heavy society.
Yep. I mean, I'm in Naichi a lot of times, and we still use cash a lot, in fairness. And Tokyo, at least now, when you go up to the different prefectures, they're now more keen on the cards. But if you go to smaller areas, like, Naichi, if you go to Nagoya, it's cards. You use the, what card that? It's the one with the dog on it. I forgot its name.
It's not a
But,
Dogecoin card.
It's not Shibu. It's a different thing. It's like a Akita. It's like a normal. It's another cash card thing there. You top it up and things. But if you go to the smaller cities, like my place is in Chita City, it still uses cash everywhere. You can't you bring that card. It's kind of useless. You have that card because you use it on the train when you got to see. But once you're outside, they say you better have cash on you or some sort of coins. No one's going to accept that card.
What's
In
Singapore
Tokyo now,
like?
at least they've gotten better.
What's Singapore like? Can you just
Oh yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
How is it in
card
the current
everything,
days?
or
it's
Just
very
card or cash?
cashless. It's super cashless.
Like app cashless, or you still need a card?
Like hard.
The cards here, like your credit cards, paywave, encrypted.
Oh, yeah.
So like if you have an Apple Watch, for example, you can pay, or with your phone, the Apple Pay. So you can just tap it into a machine and stuff like that.
Do you ever get worried that you just kind of accidentally tap something and pay for?
No, they have to actually prompt the machine that you're gonna tap something. So it's like when you take the train, when you take the bus, I don't need to carry my card anymore. I can tap my wallet, my phone or my watch. It's pretty. So that's why sometimes it's like a lot of people don't carry cash anymore. Although I think as a Filipino, I love carrying. I mean, not love, but like I need to have a bit of cash with me just for safety or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always good, just in case something goes wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
If you end up in one of those
when society goes down, the paper money is what will save you.
Exactly.
Isn't it bottle caps? Right? Bottle caps are supposed to be the thing that saves you.
Bottle caps? What?
Fallout.
Oh, God.
Fallout.
I like how the Philippines is not there yet. No, it will be.
We made 20 peso. We now have 20 peso coins. That's new.
It looks like an arcade token. All right. It's silver in the middle.
I am just waiting for us to go full yen. And just like our first bill's 100 pesos and everything else is coins and we just get rid of all the cents.
The way
to hit that
inflation
level.
is going, maybe.
I
we're the yen
wish
now.
that we would get rid of all of the cents. That's something that really pisses me off as well. Like the cents. I find that so annoying.
I mean, we have nonsense already.
Yeah, exactly. And with an inflation rate of 4% per annum, it's about time we got rid of the 20 peso bill.
So there's a 20 peso coin.
Yeah, we have 20 peso coin. I don't have one, but there are 20 peso coins now.
Wow.
Yeah.
The big question for the 20 peso coin is how can we draw Batista? We used the 20 peso bill before.
I was thinking the cornetto, man. The cornetto ads are now from a different time zone.
Yeah,
because it's all bills.
Yeah.
Now it's a coin.
The before times.
They have to like CGI it. He's just like holding like a coin here. Like they remove one hand, like there's a coin. It's an awkward hole, but here's a coin.
Or like 2 10 peso coins.
I think that actually works even better because now it doesn't seem like a lot of money. Like it's an entire bill for ice cream. Now it's just a coin for ice cream, right? So it's a better sell.
It's like when your great grandfather used to get things. He just had a coin.
Yeah.
Oh God.
My aunt said something that like the last time she was in the Philippines was wicked long time ago. Back when, having a monthly salary of like 500 was enough to eventually get you to get a down payment on your house.
Damn.
And when she asked how much something was when she came back, they were like 25, right? And she thought they were saying 25 centavos. And so she pulls out like a 25 coin and like,
that's adorable.
Yeah, dude.
Cute. But yeah.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
We wish it was 25 centavos.
No, that's crazy. I do find that.
No, we don't wish it was 25 centavos because that would mean we are Japan. We are stuck in like this perpetual state of like non-group for,
Yeah, but now we've got like coins that we can't use.
But we'll have anime.
We can collect it, kind of, and sell it to old Manila or something.
They'll say though, like as weird as the 20 peso coin may seem, like people say it's such a big coin. I still remember back in Japan, we have 500 yen coins.
Yeah,
I don't know any other country who has a coinage that powerful. A 500 yen coin translates to about $5 US.
$5.
Wow.
Oh, wait.
I don't know any country that's like that.
Colombian
250
pesos,
here.
Man.
Yeah.
Like a dinner or a lunch costs like millions.
I thought you're talking about like the dinar, which is like talking about currency, right?
Yeah. This is currency.
Okay.
I don't know any other country who has a coin that powerful. Like I remember my aunt there who'd have a small coin purse, and that would literally buy grocery.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought you were talking about like I thought you were talking about like the Indonesian rupiah or like the Vietnamese dong or
like an actual value,
like the
Zimbabwe.
I thought you mean.
The Zimbabwe's doesn't count. Zimbabwe's is like their money would be like it's wallpaper.
Like, here's my 10 trillion Zimbabwe dollar bill. Like.
So what's that get me? Nothing. Oh,
a crumb of
water, though.
But I don't know any coin that is as powerful as a 500 yen coin.
Actually.
And it's crazy that's the thing you can drop accidentally.
Yeah. I guess we're trying to go there with a 20 peso coin. It's like slowly we're getting
my coins.
I
really hate the 20 peso.
You hear coins drop. What happened? That's what oh no, I lost my salary.
It's not cheap change.
Actually, when I was a kid, like my allowance when we were living in Japan, the allowance came in the form of like coins. It was pretty.
Got like 200 yen to 300 yen a day.
Yeah, something like that.
Because I'm using it to train and stuff. Like that's a lot of cash if you break it down. But like that got me like snacks and things.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the smallest currency coin in Japan?
1 yen.
Yeah.
Wait, why do you have a 1 yen?
No idea.
Dude.
I mean, it's great when you pay for things and taxes. Actually, I'll just say it's great for taxes because you end up when you get your when you buy food and it ends up like, oh, it's 100 yen. No, you put in the taxes, it's like 106. So when you pay 110 yen, you get those 4 yen back. And everyone hates having a single yen. It's like, what the hell do I do with this?
Like, why do
but
we
there are
have,
some
like,
gacha games now that accept the 1 yen.
Gacha games?
I have no idea.
Gacha.
5 cents
Sorry.
coin.
Yes,
Why do we have that?
The gachas are the greatest way to get rid of like
gacha game.
random coins.
So that's why gacha exists, just because those coins exist.
Yeah.
And that's how the Japanese economy recycles.
That's a smart thing.
Yeah. It's a great way also for travelers. It's a way they make. That's why if you go to train stations or airports, they'll always have all those things for you just to get rid of your coins. But it's pretty rare to find one that takes 1 yen. And when it takes 1 yen, it doesn't take like one single 1 yen. It'll take like, you need to insert 5 of these in the weird rotator thing that turns around. But still, it's a place to toss it away.
Clever.
Yeah.
Sara, you said you've been there for 7 years. How has it been living in Singapore and working compared to the Philippines?
Why don't you say la?
Yeah, have you accidentally said la?
I mean, I use it for certain purposes and with certain people.
Like, it hasn't slipped yet, so I'm like,
no,
how long has she been here?
I'm not like that.
We can't just be turning it on and off.
No, I'm not like, just someone who goes to a place for 1 week and then comes back with an accent, of that.
Okay, you've been there for 7 years. My sister lived there for 2 and already picked up the loss.
There are a lot of people,
no sense, la.
A lot of people who are like that. Yeah. I mean, I would say that occasionally with my colleagues or just as an expression, but like
to make it feel like you're one with them.
Yes.
Hello, fellow Singaporeans.
Yeah, but of course you need to know the proper usage of it as well, so that you don't piss them off too, because it's kind of like how someone would just try to fit in and use it incorrectly.
They know you're just making.
There are rules on law.
Yeah. Well, I
what
mean,
are law rules?
There are so many different like.
I was talking to I was talking to like a Singaporean at some point in my career. They would reply in Singaporean English, and I have noticed that there's a la, there's a le.
Yeah, Lord.
And I can't ever reply with that
Sara,
in the text. So I just
can you like just say one thing in like one sentence in English? Just while I hear that, like show us what you've learned in your 7 years. Like one Singlish thing.
What's applicable to say in law? Like what situation?
I won't return my tray, la. That seems Morgan.
But it's more like for example, like you ask, the older guy, uncle, yeah, and then you say, and he says, like
okay, there you go.
Yep. Great. It's like, but you can do the la, like, hey, now I can't even say, but just like
it just comes naturally. You have to turn the Singaporean switch on.
Cannot la, like when I cannot. Do it right. So there you go. Cannot la. Can la. Come on.
Oh yeah. Cannot. Can.
Exactly. That's how I respond to some things or some people now. So that's how much I've assimilated. And it's that if you ask me to do something like Martin goes, can you join? I'll be like, can. It's like, yeah.
So have you ever gotten used to people calling broken machines spoiled?
Sorry.
What?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's
what
like the lift is spoiled. Like, what do you mean? Oh, it's out of order.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have to learn a new language for it when you moved to Singapore?
Well, you kind of at first you don't get it right away. Like there are certain, also the accent and how the manner of speaking. So sometimes you're like, sorry, what? And then finally you kind of like get the words, of course, that they use. And we also have to consider that they were British taught. So the words that they use, like for example, for trash, it's rubbish. For elevator, it's lift. And spoiled, those things. And sometimes there's also the manner of. So you kind of have to get used to that to understand it better as well. I think how they talk is more economical and efficient in a sense. That they don't, for them it's like we don't need to really complete our sentences. We just have to say what is necessary, and you get it. You're supposed to.
I mean, in fairness, that's a lot of like language in general. No one really expects to speak scholastically. In all slang, the end becomes very, very short versions. Like when people, like a good example is like Japan. When people say in Japan, like, oh, there's this long way to say it. Yeah, no one says that. Like it's like, oh, where's the toilet? Like you say, oh, you can say, sumimasen, tore wa doko desu ka? No, you say, tore wa. You say tore wa, the meaning. Oh, toilet, yeah, over there. Yeah. Same in English. Like we don't say, excuse me, sir, where is the bathroom? Or where is the bathroom? Like, yo, the bathroom here? Yeah. There.
That's how I talk up to now. It's like, excuse me, sorry.
No, it's not being more efficient, but it just becomes.
I'm always scholastic. I don't know about you, but
I go the exact opposite direction. Minimum. P, where?
Where?
It's like,
at least you're not.
Toilet,
Yeah. At least you're not devolving to sign language or something.
Yeah.
No, at some point that might happen. Need something here now.
Going to what Sarah was saying, well, they do have a certain kind of way. Yeah. There is always the accent. And they never said la. And I interviewed 2 of them. Or le.
Yeah, I mean, and also
it's scholastic. They have to remove the law. It has to be turned off. Most activated.
It also depends on who they're talking to as well, right? Of course, like if it's not someone from their country, they also have to kind of, just like the same thing. If I with people like Philippines, with friends or whatever, you switch to the mode that the language between you guys, but also Singlish is also just kind of like Taglish, right? That we insert words that are from the Filipino language. They're also words that they've inserted that are either from Mandarin. Like Hokkien or Mandarin or Malay, or even sometimes Malay and Chinese mostly. And then that's how they kind of like mishmash it all together into this one language. So yeah,
it's actually really cool.
I guess
it's really
cool a good
how that happens.
Point that Sara made.
It's like
my internet cut out.
I love how we heard
sorry, Singapore. Sorry, Singtel, that was me.
Yeah, it wasn't.
We can't hit him. It wasn't the other one.
Sometimes I get a bad reception as well. Sorry, but
they just assumed it had to be the more Asian-looking one complaining.
They said they updated my internet. I refuse to believe it. Okay.
He looks like he came from here. Hurt him first.
Oh no.
Okay.
I guess
scanning all the names like Tan. Yeah, okay, that one.
Tan.
Let's start with that
him.
one.
Totally him.
We gotta mute that one. He might be a citizen. He might actually have something to say.
See? Exactly.
I knew it.
It's okay, Norman. We'll wait for you to come back.
I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Cutting out.
You cannot solve the norms in town.
The observation was that we do switch languages, and even Sara would based on the people that we were talking to. So I guess when my
they're really struggling to destroy him. Oh, God.
So there you go. You're back.
This is the new game now. It's a drinking game. Every time I come back on or cut out, you have to take a
Yeah, there's just books there. It's just a land of learning behind you.
What was I trying to say?
Something about
apparently it worked because they stopped you.
Yeah, I was like jumping off of Sara's point from 2 minutes ago before they tried cutting me off. I guess I'll take it as a vote of confidence. I guess if when I was talking to Singaporean partners before, and they would speak in straight English or text in straight English, and eventually as we move forward, the project turned into a months-long thing. The Singlish would slip out.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be like a good.
That would mean that they're already comfortable talking to you, and you've already established a sort of relationship, like a friendship. That means they can be more of themselves. Yeah.
That's good luck.
I'm sorry. I just have to say, as soon as he started saying Singapore, like his thing froze, and it's like waiting. It's like listen to what he has to say. It's fine. Let him go.
Okay, it's positive.
It's okay.
Continue.
Okay.
It's like half the feed.
So yeah, how was the lockdown there? Because I kind of from parts that hopefully your area.
Oh, well, this is just one area. Just kidding. Mm-hmm. No, I mean, like, obviously, the size is really small. So there were some clusters, yes, and there was a huge outbreak in the dormitories for the construction workers. Because construction workers here, they are placed in in dormitories. That's their housing. So what happened was there was a huge outbreak. And so like back when it was really bad in terms of numbers, here it was like 1,900 and most of them were from the dormitories. But that was when we were being transitioned. I mean, like when a few cases already came out, we were already being transitioned to working. So they have already put that plan in place. So we already had our dry run for home. And then because any minute at that point, the government would be like, hey, guys, this is what's going to happen. Bam, 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 bam. These are closed. These are closed. These are closed. So on and so forth. So the lockdown, they didn't really call it a lockdown. They more called it like a circuit breaker.
Circuit breaker.
Yeah. So it was more like just very much like discipline, like very strict measures of, of course, you can't go out or can't talk to any one person from your household. You can't be one person going out from your house time. It's just like all those things. And of course, especially with a foreigner myself here, like you're extra careful because if you're a citizen, they can fine you if you make a mistake. You're fined like $2,000 to $10,000 a pop. Or, if you really, really breached, you could go to jail. But the first offense would be money. And that's pretty much it. Like it just varies from
how bad it is.
Degree. But if you're a foreigner, there is a bigger loss for you because not only will you be fined, say, for example, they fine you, you can also be deported. Your pass can also be revoked. Even if you're a permanent resident in Singapore, which allows you more like rights to live there, to live here and work here, even without on freelance. But they can still revoke your pass, or they can still revoke your residence, and that's like obviously everything that you worked hard for is going to go to waste. So that's why a lot of us, we were even more like more wary of our actions. So yeah, I guess that's a good thing. People tend to follow more. Yeah.
Sounds coming from you, how you shared your experience. It feels weird coming how we experienced the COVID lockdown. Like,
because our people here didn't like.
They did not believe.
Yeah, I mean, like it was complete incompetence on both sides.
Yeah.
I remember when they said they announced a lockdown and gave you a 72-hour limit. Like, we're locking down. You have 72 hours to escape. Go.
I mean, that's what it was.
Spread the virus
how it was more or less everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
You shut down, we shut down now.
Yeah.
No. You've got 72 hours to make yourself scarce.
Yeah.
That was incompetence on both sides. When the government said we're going to shut down, even if they said the completely stupid thing that you have some time, because I truly do believe that if the Philippine government did the right thing and said we shut down and we shut down now, no questions asked, stay at home.
Yeah.
Yep. Like you just got in the middle. Too bad. You're here now.
You're stuck in Manila.
You saw a movie terminal? Yeah. That's you now.
Too bad for you. Yeah. We would have revolted even though that was the exact right thing for the government.
Yeah.
Because of the way the disease moves. It's just that thing. Even though I first saw the pattern, like, 14 days time before it pops up, huh? Yeah. Oh, that's going to be a problem.
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like...
we're talking. Get the one who's South Asian.
Why are you cutting me off now?
We're talking about good things. We're talking about good things.
We're talking about good things.
We're talking about how Singapore
Norm is just the whipping boy. Get him.
Singapore. I love Singapore. The first thing I did when I arrived in Singapore 3 years ago, it wasn't after I checked into my hotel. Wasn't meeting Dave. Wasn't meeting Sara. Guess what I did the first day?
What?
$1 ice cream.
You went to Hawker Center.
No. I walked my way from the hotel to Popeye's Chicken and the Drizzly Ray. Yeah. Yeah,
there was a Popeyes in Singapore
a
before,
year
I think.
and a half before Popeyes announced they were opening again in the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
And I think
Popeyes
we
here still
scheduled
sucks.
our meetup already that time. So when I was like, oh, I had free time. Oh my God, I want Popeyes. I miss their biscuit. And then I love the Singapore branch because it has this weird gravy. It's not just gravy. It has some
like
weird
soup.
herbs and spices.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a soupy
And how he
gravy.
skips the hawker
Dip
center
that biscuit over there
and goes straight for
it's
Popeye.
weird, but I love that gravy.
So this is what I miss about the Philippines. I miss the overflowing gravy. Like I could feel like a whole jar of gravy and have it all to myself. And I tried that here. I mean, I went to I don't know, Texas chicken.
Cannot.
No,
cannot. I went to Texas chicken. I think it was Texas chicken. And then I was like, oh, okay, can I get the fried chicken and whatever? They said, can I get gravy with that? Because normally they give you like chili ketchup.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, can I get gravy? And they were like, what? What do you mean? And here, gravy means like the curry sauce.
Yeah.
So like the sauce. Like any sauce. Yeah. Any sauce is gravy. So I don't get it. I was just like, no, the gravy. So with the mashed potato, can I not get the mashed potato, but can I get the gravy instead of the mashed potato? And then they were like, no, you have to get the gravy with the mashed potato. So I was just like, okay, then give me the mashed potato with the gravy, but can I get extra gravy? And they were like, no. So I was like,
they had to get 2 mashed potatoes.
Yes, because
we have to move the potatoes, ma'am. Okay, we need the potatoes.
Where the proportion for potatoes
you're ordering the mashed potato price, but you're just getting the sauce. It's like, wait, that's wrong.
Yeah,
we want to give you value for money.
Exactly. No. For them. And that's the thing about Singapore as well is that they're like, no, you can't have only one piece of the thing. You have to get the whole thing. It's like, we're not going to get your money for this one little piece.
Resources are finite. We got to make sure everything
now that
is...
Sara mentioned Texas chicken, because I was looking for Texas chicken like my last day. Like, oh my God, where's Texas chicken? I want to try it too. And they're like, oh God, I have more time. Maybe next time. Next time, I'm already halfway across the globe.
But guess what? Guess what the big winner for chicken here is?
Jollibee.
Really?
Oh yeah, I heard.
All the Filipinos are
not, and I think
like Jollibee.
I mean, the Filipinos have introduced it. I myself have introduced it to my office mates, but my Singaporean friends, they die for Jollibee. Every time they meet up with me or come to my house, they're like, can we get Jollibee? I'm like,
they should be proud of all of the crap that our media tells us we should be proud of. We should be proud of our coconut oil and our Jollibee.
Hell yeah.
Coconut oil.
We'll give you oil so many ways. Either topical or internal.
Mangoes. Oh my God.
Mangoes, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I miss the mangoes. Like Brazil has mangoes, but it doesn't have our mangoes.
Our mangoes.
Don't you have like those weird Mexican mangoes?
Yeah, that's why. I'm like, I tried to eat it last month. Like I'm good with it because it's not as sweet as ours, but I miss the sweetness of our mango.
Yeah.
And what I miss about the Philippines, I think Sara mentioned it pretty well, is the gravy. We have KFC here, but do we have gravy? No gravy here.
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy at all.
Yep.
I'm like,
KFC
what?
without gravy.
KFC without gravy. I've seen everything now.
Exactly. It's like I miss swimming in a vat of gravy in the Philippines.
I know.
Like, it's just literally.
What is that tiny thing in the corners where you put the bones, I guess?
Oh, that's gravy. How dare you?
They give you a bowl to discard the bones, but no, fill it with gravy.
No. This is for gravy. It is a pool of gravy.
What they lack in gravy here, they kind of have
like
a lot of too sweet stuff. Oh yeah, COVID too, by the way. Going back to what Joao said.
This is why I get cut off of the internet.
No, this is why Norm gets cut off.
Exactly. Brazil is on your ass.
Cut off, yeah.
Brazil
is listening.
Brazil is fine. Come to Brazil.
I really
like that meme.
Though.
I don't get that meme though.
Brazil.
Yeah, me too.
Brazil while you're there.
No, you don't.
I mean, like after the whole
you
pandemic,
don't want to.
After the whole pandemic thing, like this is weird. I want to go to Brazil, but I don't want to hang out in. I don't want to hang out.
This is
in,
all
São Paulo.
your
I
fault,
want to
Martin.
go to
I'm blaming you for
Brasilia and
this
hang out
one.
with you.
Brasilia.
Yeah.
Where is it? Martin's up there.
Safer here. Let's
Come on, go. Jesus wants a hug.
Yeah, go to Rio. Jesus wants a hug. I went there. I couldn't see Jesus. It was foggy. It's like Jesus doesn't want to see me.
This is the funny thing about Martin's stint in Brazil. It's the entire time he's indoors and can't go out.
Yeah.
Technically, I can go out, but I'm the biggest risk because I have to.
because Martin is the new guy,
Right?
Like when everything was falling apart. That was Martin's Martin's first work, and
Goes to Brazil, goes into quarantine.
Yeah, but then they needed somebody to clean the bathroom. Well, they needed somebody to come out of their house to clean the bathroom. They called the new guy.
They're pretty much saying this. Who's bottom bitch right now? You.
You get the hazing spray.
Martin, bring the spray. What? It's a Saturday. Yes.
Is there going to be a new guy? No. Quarantine says you're the new guy forever.
Martin's going to be like the only one who went to Brazil and came back without a tan.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be pasty AF.
I literally have a tan. Look, this is so white.
We have a tan too, right there, my screen.
Hey.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a tan down.
Yeah, they cut me off, right?
You're
whiter than that.
Wow, that's amazing.
By the way, so I know there was this whole lockdown or circuit breaker thing, but you got to join X. How was it like acting using Zoom?
Oh, yeah.
Try that out. Like Kapeng Barako.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was such an experience. I mean, I wish we could do more of that, actually. Hint, hint. But I don't know
X was here last week.
Who I was hinting at. But it was really interesting. We did a couple of rounds, a couple of rounds rehearsals, and it was just more of, you just have to. I mean, I guess it worked for this play because it was mainly, it's a dialogue pretty much, which becomes bigger towards the end. But it's just the choreography of things. So on Zoom, apparently there's a way, that you switch off people and then switch them back on when.
Oh yeah, it could be a real production.
Yeah,
pin and unpin version.
Yeah.
I love that part, especially when you're a host. Yes, this guy's speaking, but you're still focused on the speaker view.
Yeah. And we had to change our, our names and stuff like that. It's pretty simple, pretty basic stuff. But it was really interesting and it was really fun to do it as well because, you're not only are you stuck in a weird time, you're also away from theater, and I miss it so much. Like if I could do it, I would still do it now. But you're stuck in a weird time. You haven't done it in years, and these are your friends that you've worked with, and you love, hanging out with. So it's kind of it was really good. It was really fun. Yeah.
Sorry we're going to do a backwards take here because I'm asking current. So how was it like performing on the Zoom compared to, is there less pressure or more pressure because you're on uncharted territory?
It was a bit of a challenge. I mean, it was a different challenge because people are focused on your face and your expressions. It's sort of like film in a way that unlike in person, when you're sitting there, you're watching the actors act and react. You see it as a whole and you see everything. And it's, you're not really focused much on their expressions and whatnot. So here there's more, your acting is mainly up here and it's a challenge, and it's good too because obviously you need to entertain them with just your face and how you deliver things. And also you have to act as if you're in the same room, even if you're on Zoom. But I think the challenges are different, but I really miss doing it in person with my co-actors and being in the same area. I mean, you take what you can, right? You work with what you have, and I would rather have than have nothing at all. I mean, I would rather have that than nothing. Yeah.
Because just like Kapeng Barako, the other orgs try that. Also normal. even bigger productions like Tanghalan P. Last year, have Lolo Doc and Lola Doc. So Lola Doc is Nora Honor herself, and first to admit, like this thing was challenging to her because she was acting not with a person, but with a screen, like through Zoom. Yeah. So even at an established, this is like the new normal. And some are doing Kumu.
Now what?
Friends up.
The what?
Like this application called Kumu, like a Pinoy
it's like
streaming
TikTok,
style. Yes, like Filipino. They actually.
So is it more or less creepy?
It's a bit weird because some rooms do have acting, some rooms have live podcasts,
TikTok,
some
but not
rooms,
Chinese.
Some rooms, by the way, have like people just singing karaoke or video okay. So I don't know.
So it's still basically TikTok.
Yeah, basically live TikTok. Like they're trying to pimp up that app. I'm cool.
So it's what Justin TV wanted to be back in the day.
What's a Justin TV?
Okay. I actually know that.
Ooh, I feel so old.
Old.
I'm sure
you don't do that.
Joao, but what do you mean? Sorry, Joao.
Justin TV was the precursor to.
Okay.
Right? Like the dude's original the original idea was live streaming somebody's life.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I saw that.
Wow.
Right? Was that the one with Stefan Marbury?
Then they eventually focused in on gaming because that's the thing that took off. Like they eventually
mainly because the algorithm really liked it.
Yeah. And people then weren't comfortable with sharing, their lives openly as they are now. I'm sure Justin TV would have if it had come out like now.
Yeah, would have. So
as long as Twitch didn't exist, because then they'd just be rivals.
Yep. It's like a brand war. But then again, Twitch already has rivals like Facebook Gaming and YouTube.
But then that's like a different rival. It's sort of like it's what was the other like mobile streaming app? Periscope.
Periscope.
Periscope. Yeah, it's still alive via Twitter, right?
I have no idea.
Remember, it's alive. I know that much.
People do Periscope. They do live podcasts through Periscope, and then they stream it on Twitter podcast.
We should actually stream this show.
I have one favorite podcast.
You trust us enough to be in a live stream?
Oh yeah.
Our internet connection, really?
I mean, fairness, I guess Norm and I would just end up in streamer mode.
So me, because cut me off.
Really, Joe? But yeah, so we're going back from the start, Sara. So we mentioned acting in Zoom as a person. When did you start acting? Was it like way before? Because I saw.
Wait, so she was a person?
When I was in.
What?
I heard Martin say like acting in Zoom as a person. She wasn't
like in person.
Yeah. So I mean, like the thing is UANP. That's why I love it so. Hashtag. Wappy dragons. Anyway,
Dragon Pride, whatever.
Anyway,
I wore that suit.
Well, okay. So as much as I wanted to act before when I was younger, I just never really got that opportunity and never really got that that privilege or not privilege, I guess opportunity, the moment where, you could join plays and stuff like that. So instead I just went to drama club, but then, so that's kind of how I did it. And when I started in UANP, and I'm not going to name the real reason why I auditioned, but I was, encouraged by my friend. I don't know if you know Kit Palabia.
We had her brother on at some point.
Yeah, we had
that was so funny.
Brother here.
Oh,
like, oh my God, you're Kit's brother. You're this little guy who saw me act.
That's cool. Yeah. So Kit was like, hey, you should totally like audition for the role of Juliet in this like Shakespeare production. And I was in my freshman year, and I was like, okay. And then so and so is going to be there, and I was like, oh yeah, cool. Okay, then I auditioned for it, and I guess the rest is history. Did 2 shows per year, 2 productions per year, and it was fun. Yeah.
So because we had this episode last week about the Cultura play. When you started, did you see Cultura? Like, this is very...
Man, this is really we're getting like really inside baseball, right?
Yeah.
Well, I
This
mean,
is something that will only make sense to a very specific set of people.
exactly.
Yes.
It's like not even
Exactly.
specific. It's like super specific.
Super specific.
You know, geek talk. But for me, Cultura was the top level of anything, like the production.
Was there any doubt?
Sorry?
Was there any doubt? Sorry.
No doubt.
I don't know why
The
Mark
words
asked
versus
these
the
questions.
actual.
I'm sorry. That's like WNBA and the NBA.
Yes.
Oh,
Hey.
No, you need the G League.
you're gonna cut me off for that one. Shut up.
What do you mean
No one's
about
gonna get in
the
trouble with that.
NBA and the NBA?
One is about your foundations, and the other one's about the superstardom.
I can't believe they actually cut me off.
Yes, actually. Like,
Yeah.
wait,
But it was
what
an
your
honor.
first, the one you mentioned, the one that kidnapped you.
So that was it was
Juliet. I'm assuming it's Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet?
so there was no. It was I think
I'd
it was
hope
like
so.
it was a shucks, I forgot. But it was like a three-part sort of play where there's
Did you die in the end?
three
Oh my God.
three different Shakespeare plays actually. So
Okay.
I didn't get the Juliet part. I got the Ophelia part for Hamlet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was just like
That's okay. That's cool.
yeah.
More fun, I guess.
Yeah. I had to play a crazy woman. So
Yes.
That's one of your
That's even
first roles.
better.
It's amazing.
Sorry?
Wait. Listen, Ophelia in the production of Tom Stoppard's 15-minute Hamlet.
yes. Yeah.
Whoa.
You were so good in that.
Short
Yes,
memory.
I was there. But
Anyway.
yeah. But it was interesting as well because it was kind of like we were three witchsters who entered in Shakespearean play, and I was one of the witch, and my other sister ended up Juliet, and the other one Lady Macbeth.
Ah.
So
Such iconic roles, yo.
I know.
Like those
You
three
dragged into one
roles
after the
are
other.
so iconic.
I know. It's like the three great female roles in Shakespearean plays, but yeah. So it was pretty cool, and that's where I met Anna Burnell. Like Javi Coromina and all those. So yeah, that was my first stint, and my second play was a Cultura play, and I was like, whoa! I landed the mothership.
Big leagues now.
Big leagues.
Big leagues. NBA.
Yeah.
NBA.
From
So
WNBA.
She's now
How's
standing up
that
there.
now?
Look at you, peasants.
So good. They just put her straight into the NBA.
I guess
Won the
the
lineup.
better- I guess the better sort of metaphor there, or the better
Analogy.
analogy
Analogy.
would be
Yeah.
the Premier League and
There we
the
go.
division below the Premier League. I never watch it.
Whatever it
I
was.
only care about the Premier League.
Premier League, and you failed. That's the difference.
I guess
Is that
like
right? Is that
Or like in Italy, the Serie A and whatever Series B is
Yes,
called.
but that's going to be so more widespread.
Yeah.
Let's just say
From one
Major
league to
Leagues,
another.
Little Leagues. Let's go back to
Exactly.
baseball.
There we go.
Let's go back to baseball.
But then, okay, so
Yeah.
And
so-
she was
so-
in a league
so-
of her own.
Yeah.
right. So we
Okay.
were able to get Europe.
It felt-
Europe got it, and America got it.
Ah, baseball.
So,
And we lost some of Asia.
Right.
But
Now
just
for
some of
We
it.
the
lost some of
Filipinos, for the
Asia.
Filipinos, it's like the
Going from PBA,
like
from
From PBL
TV5 to
to
GMA or ABS.
Yeah, something like that.
PBA to PBA.
from PBL to PBA.
Ah,
something
okay.
like
Also
Yeah.
PBA.
I have no idea, but I'm just guessing.
I don't follow sports. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
sports ball.
I'm sorry, PBL people. I
Touchdown
didn't
that
mean
home
to
run.
offend.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
dribble that ball to that touchdown.
Yes.
Well, I was
Or
thinking of the UAAP, but then one doesn't.
Yeah, that's
Like college.
So,
it's like high
yes,
school and college. I don't know.
So what was your
But
favorite
not everyone gets to
role
college, yeah.
or favorite play?
or
Yes,
as an actress in
First
general.
division, the Premier League in the first division. There we go. Hello, British people.
okay.
I've redeemed myself.
We're still there.
Because the time we acted, you were already like graduate. So what were your
Oh.
favorite plays to act in when you still as
Have you seen did you
Martin,
see
don't
the
make her feel
Technology?
old, bro.
what? Have you seen
Back in the before times, people could touch.
In the The BC. No. So yeah, my favorite role, I think. I mean, I enjoyed all of them. But I really to now life changing. Was Pygmalion role Eliza.
Oh my God! Yeah, I saw you there. You were amazing.
That was nice.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I was like, oh my God, I want to act like that crazy.
Martin saw that and he was like, years later, I'm going to add her to my podcast.
I never even knew what a podcast was like back in 2009 or 8.
Years from now.
And then 2 years later, she was my co-actress. You could tell how fucking pressured I was.
Sweating all the time.
Grant, I don't know how to act. She's way above my league. And I was like, just I'm like,
do your best one.
And you had to
Grant's plan. Look, I need to make her look even more awesome by sticking you in there. You add contrast.
oh God. But yeah, Pygmalion was so awesome. Like, that was so good. Like, I love that.
Yeah, I really did.
How was it then after like graduating to juggle a day job? Like, you always had to coming from Makati and Northbound is gonna be high.
Oh, it was.
So she was going to school for the play?
Yeah, for the play.
Yeah, for the play.
All right.
When we were already out.
Yeah.
And I don't think. I knew like our director kind of.
Oh, our town? Yeah, I remember that mess.
Oh, hey. Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, you were there too.
I was prod.
Oh, yeah.
And you were prod.
I was part prod. I'm like, I have no idea what this is going to be doing anymore.
Was I there? I don't remember much.
No.
I will not say more.
I mean, it was a cool production to be in because even though we didn't have a director, we adapted to a lack of a director and had to direct her.
Imagine how amazing that was, Joao.
It was anarchy. It was anarchy. Proof of anarchy is a political philosophy.
It proves that anarchy works in small groups.
Yeah.
One team, one dream.
Yeah.
Anarcho-communist.
So
that is an actual government system. Anarcho-communism.
Yeah.
Which is commune, not really commune, but commune.
So how was that? Like acting, going from Makati to Ortigas, and then us having no director. What was in your head? Like way before the first show.
I think you guys knew what was going through my head because obviously, like when you're coming from work, number one, number two, Makati, and then you end up in obviously you're doing this because you love to do it, and and I was really just hungry for productions. So even with whatever I was doing already, like my busy schedule and whatnot, and the traffic, I wanted to do it. So when I got there, I was just like frustrated because of like, oh, okay, so we don't have a director. Or, okay, what's happening here? I don't understand.
So here's the plan. There is no plan.
There is no plan.
There's no plan.
Yeah. But I guess it was really still, I think 1-1 was the one who got me stay.
Miss Repisora.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Wanda.
Sorry, I don't. No, I don't. I don't want to sound like a diva or anything, but obviously, like, it was a stressful time.
She was Cultura.
Oh, yeah. And then she was probably like, but thanks to, she did really said a lot of nice things. So it obviously went to my heart. And so, but I truly enjoyed it anyway, but because that's why I kept going back to school because if it were up to me, I wouldn't leave at all because if it meant like I would continue acting and doing what I love, I would stay. That's why I wanted to stay as long as I could. But alas, I didn't make it to the masters, so I would just come back for the theater. But yeah,
going outside of school grounds, play called Couple Club.
Yes.
How did X get you your character? Your character was
the vocalist. Yeah. X is a good friend and has been a good friend for a long time. So and if you ask him, as he claims, one of
Don't believe anything he's
as he claims, that's why he did tell me that he wrote one of the characters based on. And obviously everything is, or maybe I'm just falling for his antics.
He's a writer. Don't believe him.
Don't believe it.
Don't believe the lies.
This is not true. But he did write a lot of the characters based on his friend.
Yeah, at least.
So let's just say that instead of about me, but also because I love working with him, and I think the feeling is mutual. So I think that's why he invited me. Well, but not to play the character that was loosely based on me. I had to play someone else.
Character.
Steph, apparently.
But
Steph.
didn't X say last week it was loosely based on
Someone else?
Yes.
Liar.
Don't believe the lies. The rabbit hole goes on forever.
You're gonna have to
Just
go
keep
and
on
watch
digging
that
and digging.
episode to get that clip.
We'll get that clip, X.
So when you publish this
record.
episode, you can have that rewind of that clip.
Rick.
Okay, thanks, X. I'm gonna call you tomorrow.
Long distance call from
You
Singapore.
sit upon your throne of
Show your
lies.
discontent, instead
of deception, X.
instead of a Zoom call, which would be much cheaper.
Exactly.
I'm going to call you on the landline to voice my
Exactly.
discontent.
I'm gonna go to a phone.
Oh,
booth
you know
now.
it's serious when the landline rings.
I'm gonna go to the phone booth where that is, and
Does
I
Pilali
will.
even have the landline anymore?
But yeah.
So yeah, I had to ask that because it was done in a coffee shop style of plays. The first time I think this was 2 years before you went to Singapore. I saw the first run.
Mm-hmm.
You were acting there. It's in Makati.
Yeah, Makati. Yeah.
So how was that acting compared to? This is also a new man.
Yeah. No, it was also very challenging, and be quite. I mean, your nerves are different. What you feel when you're about to go on stage and when the lights go on and all these things. You are literally in the midst of the crowd and among everyone. Sort of eavesdrop to your conversation, and you're sitting there and you're just internalizing and being your character, obviously. And it's just a whole new. It's a whole new challenge or a whole new feeling. It's sort of like breaking the fourth wall, but being part of the fourth, being out of the fourth wall and into some other, So that was quite interesting as well, because again, you're not facing towards a crowd. You are within the crowd.
Yeah, you're
surrounded. You're trapped. But it's also such a liberating experience. It's also such an amazing experience to feel the energy, how people are reacting to you. Yeah.
Were you able to do acting in Singapore?
Not at all, apart from the Zoom act. Yeah, how sad.
I've actually heard
that
as Massey. What other characters you wanted to try out?
I think somebody asked that.
It's a big role.
I'm not sure which character I said I wanted to play, but I want to play a character that is a bit different compared to my personal being. Probably that would be Anna.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, that's the one who talks in Joel, and this Joel says, paano kung mahal kita? And then Joel has this acid
good thing that
reflux.
10 to 20 people who know those things will understand that sentiment.
And my God.
Very, very, very.
It's super
Sorry.
nice. So that's how you pick your character.
Yeah, I kind of like to be challenged in a way, because otherwise you're just playing yourself. Or
I just get typecasted.
Are there any dream plays or characters that you'd want to play in the future?
Ooh, that's a really cool. I would like to play an assassin. Just kidding.
Totally against her character.
Yeah.
I need to play as another character that dies. We found an assassin.
Let's have X write it and say we base this character off of Sara.
And I would like to acquire an accent. I'm not acquire an accent, but speak in a different accent as well.
Oh, make her an assassin from Singapore who speaks in Singlish.
What?
You want to get her deported, bro? You really want to get her deported?
Again. I still want to keep my job and my
It's okay. It's acting. It's parody. I don't think that parody law.
I think I would like to go for the big leagues of assassins. You know what I mean? Maybe like a Russian assassin or something like that.
So what's that hearing of this? You've got Asian assassins and you've got European
assassins, and then you got the League of Assassins.
We're just waiting for Norm's internet to get cut off now.
I know, exactly. That's how you know who's being targeted. Who's saying the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We got an assassin.
Actually, that's gonna be cool because like there is an assassin, like Assassins.
Oh, I love that.
They do have a lady.
There's many assassin games.
Also Hitman. I think I can do a Hitman. I'm bold enough.
Hitman.
There's a QR code behind you.
Hitman is a guy only. Though.
Make the QR code lead back to channel 14.
What?
Someone sees like a code behind you, scans it, just goes to the website. What?
This is
yeah. I actually kind of want to see that play like an assassin character. I wonder how that'll turn out.
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
No,
Abraham Lincoln. Yes,
that was top of mind, but definitely like any other character that there's this movie Split. You know that movie?
Oh yeah, that's a
good
movie. McAvoy threw it out.
Yeah, that is like every actor's dream. You're playing like 14 different roles or whatever. Was it 7 or 14? I'm not even sure. I think 14.
Like Eddie Murphy,
channel 14, we will call it 14.
Exactly.
I like that.
And it's all the personalities like going crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe like, you can invite me next time and I'll be a different character next time.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Which Sara bad are we going to get?
I'm game for that. Joao, are you?
Look at Sara Dinner.
It's okay. You don't have to. I'm just kidding. But
right now, I got to ask. I saw this news. Congrats, because you're part of this jury, part of the digital and e-commerce executive jury in the.
Okay, I was about to say that's a really weird thing to congratulate someone for jury duty. Like that's a horrible thing.
Congratulations!
Particularly since we don't have a jury system in the
jury that you think, Miko.
Yeah, there's no jury in the Philippines.
Yeah. So it's part of APAC Tambuli Awards. Is this the same Tambuli Awards we always have in you?
Yes. Yeah.
Holy smoke! So as an IMC student, how big is this? Right?
No, I wanted to.
We have 3 of you.
I can't say that again.
What's the Tambuli Awards for you guys?
I definitely wanted to write a long post about how amazing it was. Not even, I mean, how it was when you're in your college, like you're studying and you're in IMC, and then you're invited to the Tambuli, and it's like it's your first taste of what an award show feels like or looks like in the industry that you want to be in. So, just looking back at like sitting there in the auditorium in Lee Seng Yap and just like being in awe of all the big people in front of you, anybody who has like a VP to their name or something like that. And you're just like, wow. And then getting invited to be one of those people. And that a few years later, to that, so it's just like, wow, okay.
Suddenly it's the I made it moment.
Is it like
I get to judge the ads now. It's my turn.
Under my
I like how Sara. Yep.
I am judged.
I like how
what?
Like how Sara's like think of like writing a nice long like post where in reality, well, probably like more modern people. It's like, what GIF image do I put to make this all fit in? What meme hits here?
So I ended up with just honored, just a one word. Okay. I was like, try to be cool.
Be cool. Post the meme. Look at me. I am captain now.
I am your captain.
Yeah. Congrats. It's like a full circle kind of thing to think about.
Thank you. And a privilege too. So a privilege to judge my peers.
I mean, that is actually the most correct statement. It is a privilege to judge your peers.
Exactly. It's like, you're a mine.
Thank you for trusting me with this. Now to assassinate one of you.
Exactly. Now my real character comes in. Yeah.
It's a long con to get to this point.
I was trained how many years to get to this point? Just like any
it's like how Bach does assassinations.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Bach?
Oh, that's an inside joke that I guess only people who played the old game would understand.
That's an even smaller number.
Yeah.
Even smaller.
Like down to 3 people now.
No,
like
3.
10 people that are gonna understand like Martin's question. 5 of us that played Call of Duty.
I mean, I doubt anyone will understand if I'll finally get a goat head.